So this morning, ladies and gentlemen, we're taking a very personal look at a politician and businessman from Jacquet River who's considered probably the king of the North Shore. Now, for those who have never met Rayburn Doucett, let me tell you something you missed out. Now, for the last, I don't know, 7 decades, since the 1960s, he's been pretty well the person that has lobbied for and helped develop the Jacquet River Baldoon region on all levels. Now, he's not only a politician, he had served as an MLA for 25 years, he's been a businessman and promoter. His history goes back to his father, Raymond Doucett, who was a well-respected politician and developer for many, many years until Rayburn took up his mantle in the late 60s. Now, Rayburn's political and social background has always been about developing and supporting the Jacquet River region. Before he became an MLA for the Liberals in 1970s in opposition, he was a school board trustee and also municipal councillor for Jacquet River. Jacquet River, which is now as part of the Baldoon Super Village, he served a term as a councillor, did a lot of great preparation for his political campaign. Now, his first 17 years in the legislature in Frankton were filled with a lot of accomplishments, even though he was in opposition. He helped develop many major projects in opposition or motivated people. For example, the highway construction that occurred from Campbellton to Bathurst. He played a big part in promoting and motivating people to seek out funding for the project. We do have 2 roads now passing through northern Brunswick. Before it was Route 134, which, as many people know, was a dangerous stretch of highway. The 2-lane that he helped promote and motivate governments to look at, not as good as the 4-lane in the south, but good enough for the needs of the time. And in opposition, he basically saw a lot of these projects go ahead. But here's the big deal. In 1987, the McKenna-led Liberals formed a government shutting out the Hatfield Conservatives after 17 years of power by winning all 58 seats. Now, under Premier Frank McKenna, he held several portfolios, most notably being chairman of NB Power. And he motivated the government to set up an NB Power location, NB Power Baldoon, during his mandate as part of the Power Commission head. And he also promoted several export contracts and different reorganization of NB Power, took it to the level that was never seen before. In Baldoon, NB Power has allowed the power utility to remain strong. It gave a North Shore presence, even though NB Power in Dalhousie was there. Having it in Baldoon gave a different option. And here's the big thing. He was later a Minister of Commerce and also Minister to the Brunswick Regional Development Corporation, and later served on the Board of Export Development Canada. But after retiring from politics, he served 3 consecutive 5-year terms as the CEO of the Port of Baldoon, and it increased to a level was never seen before for a New Brunswick port, especially on the North Shore. The terminals were expanded, multi-million dollars of investment. Terminal 4, actually in Baldoon, is named after him. Also, the politician Doug Young. One of the port berths is named after Doug Young. And his efforts with, as CEO, with the board, with the different levels of government, federal, provincial, municipal, grew the Port of Baldoon to the international port that he predicted would happen back in the day. He made a statement many years before saying he thought the Port of Baldoon could be just as viable as St. John and other ports in the province, and the expansion. The Port of Baldoon is not the same port it was in 1970 or the late 60s when the smelter used it predominantly for export-import. Rayburn has overseen or has been part of so many changes in the Jacquet River Baldoon area. Again, people still call him the King of Baldoon. He's a very, very outgoing, personable guy. He's mentored many people through the years, helped create jobs for the people. I'm one of them. He helped me get into NBCC Woodstock and start my journalism career. He has always been there for the people of the North Shore. Now get this, Rayburn is not bilingual. Rayburn is unilingual English. He speaks a few words of French here and there, but even those who are unilingual French or bilingual French know that Rayburn's main goal is to develop the North Shore. And let me tell you, you cannot count the amount of jobs that he has helped create through his effort through the years. Massive, massive amount of jobs. Tremendously good jobs, tremendously positive jobs. So the reason why I'm doing this podcast actually is sort of an unofficial birthday tribute. Rayburn had a birthday on January 2nd. Would you believe he still looks quite young, but he's 76. I never thought a man at 76 would look the same as he looked at late 40s, early 50s. And Rayburn is a tall drink of water. He's a very tall individual, very presidential or premier, and he's kind of the unofficially still the premier emeritus of Northern New Brunswick. There's only one other politician that has as much respect in the North Shore as Rayburn. That's Yvonne Gannett, our NDP MP for the Bathurst region. And they have similar goals. They believe in the region. They believe in the job development project, using the resources, physical, mental, human resources of the North Shore. He put really parts of the Northern Brunswick on the map yet again, where they're being bypassed in the 50s and 60s until Lou Robichaud went in. Now, in the history of New Brunswick, if you did top 100 lists of the greatest politicians in New Brunswick, he'd definitely be on the top 30 at least. The only thing that stopped Rayburn, again, he was never a premier. He believed, we've talked several conversations, that his best efforts would be as a minister, as an MLA, as a developer, and I think in many ways he's done a little bit more than some premiers tried to do, because Rayburn was with the people most days. It was an old joke that Rayburn would take phone calls or take visits on a regular basis from people who wanted to move up or to get jobs, and he was always there for everybody, male, female, young, old. He always did his best, and still is doing his best. Right now, as an economic leader, his infamous trips to China are well documented. He's opened up trade routes throughout his career. So again, if you see Rayburn this week in your travels, and I must mention two of his businesses too, Ray's Furniture Land and Antiques Plus. Ray's Furniture Land was one of the best hometown furniture places. It was right in the center of the Durham Center, Jacquet River area or basin. And Antiques Plus, one of the best antique shops in maritime history. He converted a kind of a barn in Beldoon proper, and everything was in there. It was a great location. He kind of predicted storage wars, put it that way. Some of the businesses through those people. So again, if you see Rayburn this week, tell him happy birthday. And 5 minutes talking with Rayburn for a young journalist is just like 10 hours with anybody else. He's a wealth of knowledge, and I recommend any young journalist or young person coming up to talk to Rayburn, and he'll basically tell you what's what on how your goals in life can be met. Because Rayburn, he's met so many of the goals he wanted for Jacquet River, and he still continues just by being available, being around. So again, Rayburn, happy birthday. You know how good you've been to me and my family over the years. And as we like to say in Jacquet River, hold my coat, give me a rock. I'm from Jacquet River. Well done, Rayburn, and Godspeed. And may you live another 100 years and still continue to do what you do. Have a good one. Bye.